On the 5th of December 2025, we are at this latitude and this longitude, and here we are in Budapest. I am the way, the truth, and life. That's what that says in Latin. A Greek fellow helped translate that. A Latin scholar here on the steps of Hungary. I think this is St. Stephen's, but I don't know. I could look at the map and tell you.
Unusual. Not yet. I think
He's looking at the toys.
These are the best.
those are ornaments.
No matter where you go, Harley Davidson. Even in Budapest. Hey, Lubin, that's a lot going on again. A lot going on.
That looks great.
Goulash. Big steaming pot of Hungarian goulash. Blank cooked salmon. Burger Ranch in Hungary. And here's this pretty conical Christmas tree with lights that spread out all over. Christmas market in Budapest. Where did they go? Yeah, they just went off. Okay, Lubin, how's that laugh go again? The laugh really puts it over. The movements really put it over the. Actually, well, what I wanted to show was this really ugly Toyota. I expect we'll be seeing these in America at some point, but what were they thinking? Step away from the CAD machine and quit over-styling it. Look at this. Too many lines, man. What is this thing? It's a CHR, I guess. Ugh, is the front end as ugly as the rear? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is one ugly car. This one is not so bad. A Toyota Corolla Cross. All right. So we'll be coming by here again later tonight. And it looks like we're going to be making our way back to the boat. So we'll end with Lubin doing one more laugh. There we go. Thank you. I don't know, but I think this is pretty creative for a lamp on the street. Where's the little train? Where's the train? There it goes. The little train in the snow. And from what I understand, that's what we have waiting for us back in Virginia. This is the entrance to the Four Seasons Hotel in Budapest. Why do I care about the Four Seasons Hotel? Well, I like it because, being a fan of logos, I've always liked their logo that shows a tree with the Four Seasons depicted on it. Pretty cool, at least I think so. I don't think this is the main entrance though. Budapest. Like, and this is the view from the boat. That is the Chain Bridge, 1848. And what I'm looking at is across the Danube. This is Buda. We were in Pest. Put them together, you get Pest Buda. One of the great European capitals of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Looks like the good ship, the Agnes, is coming our way. Why, I don't know. But he's definitely moving in our direction, and that is a Hungarian flag, I believe. Wonder what he wants.
flows from north to south. The next country to south in front of us is Sir City since 1873. Before we had Buda, Old Buda, and to the left the Green Liberty Bridge or Franz Joseph Bridge, and you see other cruise ships to the left because the international pier starts officially to the left from here. But of course the best privileged piers are by the chain bridge only for Viking ships. In front of us you see the stairs and a statue of a Venice bishop, St. Gallen. The Nobel Prize because of the Pfizer vaccine, Hungarian doctor. There was a man as well, Ferenc Krauss, who is a physicist, but anyway, women are everywhere, and that's wonderful. You see the Houdini House of Houdini, magician, escape artist, was born in Budapest. His name was Eric Weiss. Who was the actor who played Houdini in Tony Curtis? And Tony Curtis was also Hungarian. His name was Bernard Schwartz.
Yeah. Bernie Schwartz. Bernie Schwartz.
In the next building, which is down to the right, you see by the door. And we see on the top of that column at the center of the square, the Holy Father to the right, Jesus to the left with the cross, and above them that is the symbol of the Holy Spirit. Those Hungarians who survived the Black Plague, the Black Epidemic, erected that monument in 1713. Behind the church, Hilton Hotel, and now first we would check the view to the city, and then we visit the church, and then on the way back we walk back not on the same street, but staying together. Head of the country, head of the church, the same person came. And dear guests, now while I receive the tickets from this ticket office, we'll go behind the left under this arch, and from there we'll check the view. I will be there in 1 minute. I will talk a little bit about that view, and then we'll
Look at the walls and the ceilings. Ah, the four Gospels. You see that? That represents the four Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Leaving the battlefield. So one day the whole Hungarian leadership disappeared. So the Turks
steps when we reopen our temples, churches, synagogues, we opened in 1960. This church renovation ended only 6 years ago. So you see a neo-Gothic style building, but as you look around, you see the Turkish influence. So the Eastern colors combined with the Western forms. Western forms, neo-Gothic. Eastern influence, the 150 years Turkish occupation when this church was converted into a mosque. Look at these beautiful stained glass windows. They still have enough light outside. You see, these lights are illuminating the windows from outside. From outside you cannot see any of these colors because the mirror system. Stations of Maria in the upper section, and the lowest row, the coat of arms of Hungary, at the left corner down, the official coat of arms of Hungary. Now this is from the we had 6 bridges in 1944, 450. The Germans destroyed all the bridges to go the Soviets who came from the other side from east, not able to cross the river. So first the Germans, but the Allies was also come to Budapest in 44 summer because the Germans occupied already as in 44 March. So the most darkest part of World War II started in 1944 March. In the middle, the son of our first king, St. Stephen, St. Emeric. So that chapel is the St. Emeric chapel. St. Emeric supposed to follow his father on throne. But imagine from these 3 figures, 2 died because they were murdered. St. Emeric was murdered by the pagans when he was 23 years old. We see the 4 paintings on this on the side of the Gingota. And at the right corner down we see his tragic early death, education, and how he was born. So the Hungarians, the ancient Hungarians murdered St. Emeric because of zone. And before the virus, before 2020, it was not a good idea. Many companies came to no inflation. Now it's different.
What year was that government building built?
The government building is from 1896. Please remember that year because that's the year for the 1000 years anniversary for Hungary. And Pallas Athene was the coat of arms of Buddha, so the protector of Buddha. Yes. On the way back, there we had and that is the reason. What's this interesting story? I know, a little bit weird. And this is why the sign says there, don't climb the safety. And there's that building, in the previous office building, they just put the windows like this. This one is more beautiful, very nice. So the big trees on the left side of the road are to see when the best angle, and from the river or from Buda. So the saying is that Pest has a nice parliament, but Buda has a nice view to the parliament. So from this side, of course, the view is much better to the parliament than from the Pest side. So the parliament has 2 symmetrical wings. The right wing is for the politicians, the left wing is only for visitors. It was not always like this. Before World War I, we had an upper house, the House of Lords, and the lower house, House of Commons. And now only the lower house, the right wing, is for the 200 deputies and 5 political parties. The left wing is for visitors. But in the left wing, in the lounge, the hand-sewed carpet is blue, representing the blue blood of lords. In the other wing, which is the actual parliament for the sessions, the carpet is red. And again, more than 10 years ago ended that such a big renovation, lasted almost for 20 years, and at the end they added this new illumination to the building. So I remember it was 20th of August, St. Stephen's Day, when we always have a big fireworks at 9 p.m. and at night sites of Budapest. That's a World Heritage Site, it's on a UNESCO list, and for that reason, for the Euro, this is why the European Union supported the renovations there, because it's of course will be very interesting for European Union citizens too. But which is also interesting, that it was like public transportation is free over age of 65. First it was only for European Union citizens, but now, a year ago, for everybody. Over age of 65 and under age of 14. So my daughter can still use public transportation for free. Today.
And here's a view of Budapest at night, to which we give a fond farewell. Seriously, it is an impressive city. I liked it as much or maybe even more than Vienna. In fact, if I had to live in one or the other, I think I might choose Budapest. But we had a great time. This vacation was really fun. Viking, as always, was excellent. And, well, glad we did this one. It was a load of fun. Here's where we spend the night. We get up at 6:45 tomorrow morning. We have to get our luggage out by the door. And then we go through Viking's embarkation, disembarkation, debark process, whatever the word is you want to use. But good night, Budapest.